What if I told you there's a secret manual for living better? A hidden guide no one ever handed you, but that's always been right there in front of you. You actually know some of these things, but most of the time you forget or don't take them seriously. And nobody ever gave you this manual because the truth is, they don't know it either. Life doesn't come with a tutorial. Nobody is born knowing how to play this game, not even your parents. But there are some invisible instructions that, once you understand them, completely change the way you see everything. It's like someone finally handed you the manual you always wished you had. And today, I'm going to open this secret manual for you. You might not like some of these instructions, but remember, we didn't invent them. We just have to play by them, and it gets a lot easier once you understand that. What you do with these instructions is up to you. You can get annoyed, complain, or do nothing at all. Or you can change the way you see life, change the way you live it. And like I said, you probably already know some of these things. Maybe you just never realized how important they really are. After all, we're all living life. It'd be impossible not to bump into some of these instructions along the way. But without further delay, the first instruction is, the game is never fair. Since we were kids, we've heard, life should be this way. Things should be equal for everyone. Every effort should be rewarded. But that should doesn't exist in reality. Some people are born with advantages, more money, more connections, more beauty, more opportunities. Others start at the very bottom with nothing at all, and that's most people. You don't get to choose which side you fall on, but the odds are stacked against you, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. They waste energy trying to figure out why the world doesn't work in a fair way. But the truth is, life isn't about fairness, it's about what you do with the cards you've been dealt. There's no point waiting for the board to arrange itself. You don't control the pieces you were given, but you do control the moves you make with them. And you know what happens once you accept that? You stop wasting time complaining, comparing, or waiting for someone else to fix it. And you start actually playing with everything you've got. That's the first instruction of the secret manual. Don't expect fairness, expect the game, and play it with everything you have. The second instruction is simple. You are what you repeat. Identity doesn't come from one big decision. It comes from what you do when no one's watching. It's not about wanting it badly, it's about repeating it until it becomes automatic. Motivation is a spike, ritual is solid ground. When you stop waiting for the perfect wave of motivation and start paddling every day, the game changes. One page read today, another tomorrow, another the next day. Suddenly you're not trying to read. You are someone who reads. It's same thing with training, work, creating. It's much better to do something for just 10 minutes every day and sustain it long term than to have one burst of motivation and only do it once for 4 hours. One line written every day builds a book. Spending hours writing but quitting afterward kills the project. How do you make this practical? Attach the habit to something that already exists. After coffee, 1 page. Before the shower, 10 push-ups. Open the laptop, 3 lines. Remove friction from what helps you and add friction to what sabotages you. Book left open in sight, dumbbells on the floor, text editor pinned, social media off your home screen, sweets on the top shelf. And on bad days, activate the emergency version. Just do the bare minimum, 1 minute, 5 reps, 1 paragraph. It's not about performance on those days, it's about not breaking the chain. Because when the sequence lives, your identity lives with it. In the end, it's simple. Repeat what you want to be, until repetition becomes who you are. The third instruction is easy to say and hard to do. Discomfort is the password. Comfort keeps you where you are. Discomfort, in the right dose, pulls you to the next level. You can feel when it's the right discomfort. It's that chill in your stomach before opening a tough file, the laziness before the first exercise, the voice saying, "I'll do it later," when you know you need to send that message. You don't come out destroyed. You come out more capable. The wrong kind of discomfort breaks you, pain that injures, humiliation that shrinks you, exhaustion that gives nothing back. One grows you, the other erases you. Use your internal scale. If it feels like a 4, 5, 6 in intensity, you're at the growth point. If it hits 8, 9, 10, adjust the dose. If it's 1, 2, 3, it's too mild, push a little harder. If it feels easy, you're maintaining. If it's slightly uncomfortable, you're growing. Look for the right discomfort every day in small doses. That's the password. The fourth instruction is your mind lies to you. It doesn't want your growth, it wants your survival. And survival, for your brain, means staying still, quiet, on the easiest path possible. That's why every time you think about starting something important, that voice shows up. I'll do it later. It's not gonna work. You're not ready. That voice isn't the truth. It's just your brain's lazy mode trying to protect you from effort. And if you always believe that voice, you become its prisoner. Your mind commands, you obey, and your life goes nowhere. The secret is learning to doubt your own thoughts. When that sabotaging thought appears, don't ask, is this true? Ask, does this thought move me forward or does it hold me back? If it holds you back, drop it. If it pushes you forward, follow it. Don't believe everything you think. Question it. Choose the thoughts that move you. The fifth instruction seems obvious, and we already touched on it. Small now beats big later. Everyone dreams of the perfect plan. Giant motivation, the when I have time, then I'll do it. But that day almost never comes. Meanwhile, the one who started small already pulled ahead. 1 page read, a day beats the promise of 50 on Saturday. 10 minutes of training beats 2 hours that never happen. 3 lines written build more than a perfect book stuck in a drawer. It's the simplest math there is. Ugly consistency is worth more than rare heroics. Don't underestimate the power of the minimum. Because the minimum you do today is the brick that holds up the maximum tomorrow, even if it feels ridiculous. Because ridiculous done every day is what changes your life. The sixth instruction is a relief. Nobody's paying as much attention to you as you think. We go through life thinking everyone notices every mistake, every detail, every stumble. But the truth is, everyone's too busy with their own problems, worries, and insecurities. You forget a word in a presentation? To you it feels huge. To them, it was just another detail. You trip on the street and think, everyone saw. 5 seconds later, they're back to their own thoughts. I've even noticed mistakes in some of my videos only after posting. And even if someone notices, it was just a small slip. People get it. That paranoia of thinking everyone's judging you traps you, freezes you, makes you avoid things that could take you far. But when you realize almost nobody's looking, you let go. You take risks, you try, and that's freeing. The seventh instruction is counterintuitive. Not every situation requires action. We've been taught we have to respond fast, act fast, decide fast, but a lot of times that rush just makes things worse. In the heat of the moment, you say something you didn't mean. You make a decision that would have cost much less if you had waited. In anxiety, you waste energy for nothing. Silence, on the other hand, is strategic. It gives you time to observe, process, understand the game, and when you act after that, your move is precise. It's not about staying still forever. It's about waiting for the right moment, instead of rushing blindly. Sometimes silence solves more than speed. The eighth instruction is a powerful mental hack. Use the 5-year filter. Whenever something starts eating at you, a criticism, a worry, a small problem, ask yourself, will this matter 5 years from now? Most of the time, the answer is no. And once you see that, the importance it had in your head just disappears. A silly argument, a text left unread, a mistake nobody remembers the next day. None of that will weigh on you in the future, but some things do pass the filter. Big decisions, daily habits, the way you treat people. Those things still matter 5, 10, 20 years from now. Focus on what will matter long term. The ninth instruction is short and painful. Easy choices now equal a hard life later, and the opposite is true. Hard choices now equal an easy life later. It sounds cliche, but it's literally life's equation. Sleeping 30 minutes longer every day is easy, but later you're running behind and exhausted. Skipping a workout is easy, but later the mirror charges interest. Avoiding a hard conversation is easy, but later the relationship rots. The reverse is also true. Training when you don't want to is hard, but your health thanks you. Studying a little every day is hard, but your future feels lighter. Having that uncomfortable conversation is hard, but it solves the problem before it explodes. That math never fails. You either pay the price today or you pay with interest tomorrow, in effort now or regret later. The last instruction is this: don't take everything so seriously. Life is already heavy enough. bills, responsibilities, expectations, goals, all of that already weighs on you. If on top of that you demand perfection of yourself in every detail, life becomes unbearable. Of course, there are times for focus, discipline, responsibility, but you also need space to laugh, mess up, play, experiment without the pressure. That embarrassing mistake you made, nobody remembers. That decision that felt like the end of the world, soon it's just a story to tell. You're not here just to check boxes and pay bills. You're here to live. And if you forget that, the whole manual loses its meaning. Those were the 10 instructions of the secret manual. And maybe you noticed something. None of them are really secret. They've always been right there, in front of you. You even knew some of them already. You just hadn't realized that how much they mattered. And that's why they seem invisible, because we forget, ignore, or put them off. But once you see and live by these instructions, the game changes. What you do with this now is only your choice. You can pretend you didn't hear it, complain that it's not fair, or you can apply each instruction like someone who just found a lost manual. In the end, it's simple. These instructions weren't created by you or by anyone, but life gets a lot easier when you decide to play by them. And now the question is, will you keep playing in the dark, or will you use the secret manual you always wished you had?